to the headlines.
From aid to access, the traceability revolution behind Kenya's new malnutrition support. Deadly stays. Kenya's Airbnb boom exposes a shadow market. Behind the bottles, how fake spirits are slipping into Kenya's holiday celebrations. From street courts to national arenas, tracing the rise of basketball in Kenya.
Hello and welcome to Traceability TV News, your source for the latest updates on global traceability and safety concerns. I'm your host, Miriam Munyoki. Kenya is set to benefit from a major boost in the global fight against child malnutrition after the United States announced a 12 billion Kenya shilling package targeting 13 countries hit hardest by severe hunger. The funds will help deliver life-saving, ready-to-use therapeutic food to nearly 1 million children, a critical intervention as food supply chains continue to buckle under conflict, drought, and rising production costs. But beyond the donation, the announcement has revived a deeper question. How do we strengthen the systems that deliver these essential products safely, quickly, and transparently? Our reporter now breaks down how this aid, paired with smarter traceability tools, could reshape outcomes for vulnerable families.
The US commitment is a logistical race against time as Washington prepares to release its entire stock of therapeutic food to meet the rising global demand. But moving millions of sachets across continents requires precision. In past emergencies, delays, mislabeling, and incomplete data have slowed deliveries or led to costly recalls. This is where global identification tools like GS1 barcodes and traceability systems quietly make the difference. Each carton can carry a unique digital identity, allowing health agencies to track its movement from the American producer to a clinic in Turkana in real time. When a batch is compromised or temperatures spike during transport, data sharing standards help teams isolate the problem instantly instead of pulling the entire shipment. For overstretched health workers, this means fewer stockouts, accurate expiration management, and faster reporting to national systems. And in regions facing insecurity, digital visibility ensures that suppliers reach the children they are intended for and not lost along the way. Regis Regina, Traceability TV.
Kenya's push towards circular agriculture is gaining new urgency as the country confronts rising food demand, degraded soils, and a supply chain strained by waste and inefficiency. A new joint report by the Netherlands and Kenya points to clear shifts already underway, from repurposing surplus crops to smarter post-harvest management meant to cut losses. However, even the most innovative circular practices struggle to scale or remain sustainable without trustworthy data along the value chain, from farmers drying leftover produce to processors turning food waste into animal feed. Visibility remains the missing link. Today, our reporter looks at how traceability tools, including GS1 standards, could anchor Kenya's transition to a truly circular system.
Circular economy sounds simple: reduce waste, protect soil, and get more value from what farmers already produce. But on the ground, the challenge is knowing what is lost, where, and in what condition. Without that visibility, Kenya loses tons of food before it ever reaches consumers. In the imagined circular model, leftover vegetables are being dried for storage, converted into animal feed, or even turned into biomass fuel. Yet, many of these initiatives operate blindly, with no shared system to track sources, quality, or safe handling. The solution lies with GS1 traceability systems, giving every batch of produce a unique identity from farm to processor. When cooperatives scan incoming leftovers, they know exactly which farmer supplied them, their harvesting date, and whether the produce meets safety standards. That same data supports processors in separating safe surplus from unsafe waste, reducing contamination risks that have triggered food recalls in the past. As companies begin selling dried food or organic fertilizer, GS1 data sharing frameworks help buyers verify origin, shelf life, and compliance instantly. For a country seeking to balance food security with environmental responsibility, circular agriculture will only succeed if traceability becomes the backbone that keeps every actor aligned and every product accountable. Ronald Reagan, Traceability TV.
Kenya's Airbnb boom has exploded faster than the laws meant to govern it, and the consequences are turning deadly. In just the past year, police have responded to mysterious deaths, violent assaults, and unresolved disappearances inside short-stay apartments where guest identities are unclear and digital records vanish as soon as bookings end. Families are left without answers, security agencies without evidence, and regulators without a clear picture of who is running what or who is sleeping where. Kenya is paying the price for running a multi-billion shilling hospitality sector with no central oversight, no verified data, and no accountability chain. So what would it take to bring order to this shadow economy? Our reporter now looks at the digital systems that help rebuild trust, strengthen investigations, and protect both hosts and guests before another preventable tragedy occurs.
Behind every viral headline, a young woman found dead in a serviced apartment, a robbery disguised as a booking, a guest who checked in and never checked out. Investigators keep running into the same wall. There is no unified record of who accessed the property, what condition it was in, or who was responsible for safety checks. Some listings operate with nothing more than WhatsApp instructions, cash payments, and unverifiable names, leaving police to reconstruct timelines from screenshots that may already be deleted. The problem isn't the lack of technology, it's lack of structure. In countries with stronger oversight, each rental unit carries a permanent digital identity linking verified guests, check-ins, maintenance logs, and emergency contacts. Systems modeled on GS1 standards will give every unit a traceable footprint, from when the smoke detector was last serviced, to which cleaner accessed the door code, to who actually stayed in the room. If something goes wrong, authorities would finally have a credible, tamper-proof timeline. And for cities trying to regulate this chaotic market, such visibility could separate the legitimate operators from the anonymous rentals fueling crime and endangering neighborhoods. Unless Kenya builds this layer of verification and accountability, the Airbnb economy will continue expanding in the dark, with safety left dangerously to chance. Winter Luther, Traceability TV.
We're now taking a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more news updates.
Welcome to Traceability TV, your ultimate destination for all things traceability. We're the global platform that brings you the latest in traceability news, interviews, and live event coverage. From in-depth news updates to exclusive interviews, Traceability TV keeps you informed on the practices that are transforming industries worldwide. Our mission is simple: empowering organizations to achieve transparency, accountability, and sustainability throughout their supply chains. Our vision: a world where every product's journey is visible, ethical, and sustainable. At Traceability TV, we offer unparalleled opportunities for brand visibility. Feature your company, highlight your traceability solutions, and showcase your commitment to GS1 standards. Leverage our expertise to create high-quality advertisement videos that resonate with your audience, or sponsor a segment to position your brand as a leader in the traceability space. You can support us by partnering on special projects. Your contributions help us deliver more in-depth analyses and expand our global coverage. Traceability TV is more than just a channel. It's a movement. Join us in building a future where every product's journey is visible and trusted. Traceability TV. We trace it, you trust it.
Kenya's mango season is here, a lifeline for thousands of farmers and the pride of our export market. And with that sweet harvest lies a rising concern: excessive use of pesticides and inconsistent handling, threatening both local safety and international trust. The European Union only recently opened its doors to Kenyan mangoes after years of self-imposed export bans triggered by fruit fly infestations, and now any slip in monitoring or documentation could send the country back to square one, costing farmers millions and shutting them out of premium markets. We look at whether traceability, the same systems used to secure global food supply chains, could safeguard Kenya's mango industry from repeating past mistakes.
On farms from Makueni to Embu, mango trees are heavy this season, but farmers admit they're under pressure. Some rely on unregulated pesticides to protect crops, leaving residual levels that could fail both domestic and export checks. The biggest problem isn't the chemicals themselves, it's the lack of reliable data showing when, where, and how they were applied. Without that, exporters face long delays and costly rejections abroad. GS1 traceability systems offer a practical solution, assigning each batch a digital identity tied to the farm, treatment records, and handling steps. When exporters scan a crate, they immediately see whether it meets the European Union's hot water treatment requirements, residue limits, and approved handling procedures. Cooperatives using barcoded harvesting logs report fewer compliance errors and faster clearance at pack houses, reducing spoilage and market losses. And when a batch is compromised, traceability helps isolate the exact source, avoiding blanket bans that punish the entire industry. Ronald Reagan, Traceability TV.
As Kenyans gear up for the December holidays, a season now jokingly branded Drexember, the demand for premium wines and spirits is surging. But behind the festive cheer lies a growing threat: counterfeit alcohol quietly slipping onto shelves and into entertainment spots across the country. Recent teasers show fake labels, diluted formulations, and recycled bottles making their way into the market with dangerous ease. Today, we examine how proof of origin, backed by global traceability standards, could be the difference between a safe celebration and a holiday tragedy.
In December, Kenyans spend more on alcohol than at any other time of the year, and that spike creates an opening for counterfeiters. Some bottles arrive with flawless packaging but no verifiable trail, making it nearly impossible for shoppers to tell real from fake. The challenge starts from the source. Without a consistent way to track each batch from the winery or distillery, the market becomes vulnerable to tampering. GS1 barcodes and digital traceability systems offer a clear fix, assigning every bottle a unique, scannable identity tied to its true origin. Retailers can use the same system to weed out fraud distributors, reducing the risk of stocking contaminated or illegally refiled products. For consumers, simple smartphone verification could allow them to confirm the authenticity before raising a glass. And with the holidays, clubs and supermarkets are busier than ever. Adopting GS1-backed standards is the only reliable way to keep Drexember festive and safe. Regis Regina, Traceability TV.
Welcome to Visibility Sports News. I'm your host, Rigan Getao. Basketball in Kenya has grown from dusty streets to packed national arenas, capturing the hearts of fans across the country. Once a niche pastime introduced decades ago, the sport has now become a platform for talent, teamwork, and national pride. Today, we take a look at how basketball has evolved, the systems behind its rise, and the milestones that have marked its growth nationwide. Our reporter shows how the sport's trajectory reflects not just passion, but also the emergent structures that track talent and competitions from grassroots to the professional level.
Basketball first landed in Kenya in the mid-20th century, mostly in schools and community centers, where informal competitions sparked early interest. By the 1980s, the formation of organized leagues allowed clubs to emerge, setting the stage for more structured tournaments and regional championships. Fast forward to today. Kenya boasts national leagues, under-18 programs, and international exposure through participation in Afrobasket and other continental competitions. The growth isn't just in players. Fan culture has surged too, with courts buzzing in Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, and beyond. Social media and local broadcasts have made it easier to follow games, track player stats, and celebrate emerging stars. Associations now maintain structured records tracking team standings, player performance, and league results, ensuring the sport's history and achievements are visible and verifiable. These systems help scouts identify talent early, facilitate fair play, and ensure Kenyan basketball is represented accurately on the continental stage. From humble beginnings to a nationally loved sport, basketball in Kenya shows how passion, community, and organized tracking can turn a game into a national phenomenon. Rintel Luther, Traceability TV.
And that wraps up our news bulletin for the day. Stay tuned for an informative documentary. And as always, I've been your host, Miriam Nyoki, and this is Traceability TV.
In the age of digital commerce, the journey of a product from the manufacturer to the consumer has transformed dramatically. Online marketplaces have revolutionized how we shop, offering unparalleled convenience and choice. However, with this transformation comes the challenge of ensuring transparency and trust in the supply chain. This is the story of traceability in the retail sector, a behind-the-scenes look at the mechanisms that ensure we know exactly where our products come from and how they reach our doorstep. Online marketplaces have seen exponential growth over the past decade. From giants like Amazon and Alibaba to local e-commerce platforms, these digital hubs have become integral to modern shopping. But as the volume of transactions increases, so does the complexity of managing and tracking these products. Online marketplaces offer a plethora of benefits: convenience, variety, and often lower prices. However, they also come with inherent risks that both consumers and businesses must navigate. The benefits are undeniable. Consumers have access to a vast array of products from around the world, often at competitive prices. For businesses, it's an opportunity to reach a global audience. Despite these advantages, online marketplaces are not without their pitfalls. Counterfeit products, shipping delays, and data breaches are just a few of the risks associated with digital commerce. Balancing these risks and benefits is essential. This is where robust traceability systems comes into play, ensuring that the benefits outweigh the risks by providing transparency and accountability at every stage. Traceability isn't just about tracking a package. It's about ensuring every step of the supply chain is transparent and accountable. From sourcing raw materials to the final delivery, each stage must be meticulously documented. With traceability, issues like product recalls or counterfeit goods can be quickly identified and addressed, maintaining the integrity of the supply chain. Technology plays a pivotal role in enabling traceability. GS1 standards, barcodes, and RFID tags are some of the tools that help create a seamless flow of information. GS1 standards ensures that all players in the supply chain speak the same language, making it easier to track and trace products across borders. Today's consumers are more informed and conscientious than ever. They expect transparency and accountability from the brands they support. Knowing where products come from, especially food and health products, gives consumers peace of mind. When a company can show the journey of a product, it builds trust and loyalty. Despite the advancements, traceability in online marketplaces faces significant challenges. Counterfeit goods infiltrate even the most secure supply chains, posing safety risks to consumers and financial risks to brands. Product recalls can be daunting, as identifying and isolating affected items requires precise and rapid traceability. In addition to these issues, maintaining accurate data throughout the entire supply chain can be difficult. Inconsistencies and errors can occur at any point, leading to discrepancies that undermine trust and efficiency. Furthermore, the fragmentation of information systems across different suppliers, logistic providers, and retailers can result in gaps and delays in tracking. The sheer scale of global supply chains adds another layer of complexity. Coordinating across multiple countries, languages, and regulations demands robust systems and continuous vigilance. Addressing these challenges is crucial to ensuring the integrity and transparency of the supply chain in online marketplaces. Transport and logistics are the lifeline of online marketplaces. Without efficient and transparent logistics, the entire supply chain can falter. Ensuring products are tracked accurately during transit is essential for maintaining the integrity of the supply chain. Innovations like real-time tracking and automated warehouses are revolutionizing how logistics are managed. These technologies provide unprecedented visibility and control over the movement of goods. The integration of cutting-edge technologies in logistics not only improves efficiency but also enhances traceability, ensuring that products are delivered accurately and on time. The future of traceability is promising. As technology continues to evolve, so will the methods and systems that ensure transparency and trust in online marketplaces. Greater integration and collaboration across the supply chain will achieve a level of traceability that meets the growing demands of consumers. Ultimately, traceability is about building trust. It's about assuring consumers that they can rely on the information they receive and that the products they buy are safe and authentic.